Right then, it's been about 2 weeks since I did my last penny hunt. We've got all these left in here. I can open that. All those to look through. So let's get that back in the right place. And I can grab a handful and get going. Right, okay, what's the first one? Oh, not a very nice looking one. It's 1862. I think it's 1862. It's a 2, 1862. What's that? Anything? No. Okay, 1921. King George V. There's Victoria. 1892. Not too good, is it? Well, there's an Irish one. 1946 Irish penny. Hen and chicks. It's got nice detail on it, but looks like it could have been a metal detecting find sometime in the past. Okay, 1945. Don't forget to check for that double struck 9. There's Edward VII, Queen Victoria's son, 1903. And it's a closed 3. If you've been watching this series, you'll know to look for an open 3. This is part 7. The links to all the others are in the description below. Another 1945. And we've got another 1921. George V. 1916. Look for the recessed ear, where the ear has been recessed into the coin. That was to stop the ghosting, but it didn't really work. See the ghost in there where you can see the king's head. That's just the normal one though, not the recessed ear. What we got here, 1916. And that is a recessed ear, I think. Yep, it is. So there should be a broken tooth up the top there, yep. Follow that colon up in between the word Brit and Om, and you'll see one of the teeth up there is broken. Always on the recessed ear type, 1916, there'll be a broken tooth. Not too hard to find. We have got one on the board already, but I think this might be slightly better. I'll have a look. Okay, 1939. Ooh, what on earth is that? Doesn't want to focus on it. There we go. Look at that. What is that? Actually does feel quite light, so I don't think it was done in the minting process. It's been ground off to look like that. For some reason, why would anyone do that? See, there's a raised dot in the middle there. It does feel quite thin. Yeah, if I compare it with this one, you can see it's thinner. So why would someone do that? We'll never know. I'm going to keep that one. I like those sort of oddities. Yep, interesting, but I've no idea why anyone would do that. Okay, what we've got here, 1904, Edward VII. 1946, look for a little dash up the top there after the E. No, there's nothing there. If you don't know what to look for, I'll get one of mine and show you. There we are, there's one of mine, and you'll see that little dash after the letter E and the word 1. It's known as the 1946 dot penny, and in this condition, are selling for around £25 to £30. Comparing it with the one I just found, and you can see there's nothing there. So let's put that one to one side and carry on. George V, 1936. There's a 1877. It's a wide date. If you find a narrow date, 1877, very valuable coin. 1907, Edward VII. 1936, 1917, and the last one in the first handful is a 1966. No, it's not. It's a 65. What we got to add to the board then? That 1916 with the recessed ear, that was the one on top. This one I've just found is slightly better. We've got the Irish penny there, can go with the other Irish ones. There is, what else was there? Oh yeah, there was this strange thing. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that for myself, I think. This 1903, slightly better than the one on the board. So let's swap that one. All this lot down here I will be giving away. If you want to know how to get them, I'll let you know later on in the video. But if you haven't subscribed, go on. It's absolutely free. Go on.
Go on, go on, go on.
Go on. Go on.
Anyway, let's grab some more. Okay, there we go. We start with 1914, King George V. There's a Victoria, 1900, and a 1928, George V. Is that 1910? Yeah, 1910, the last year of Edward VII. In fact, that can go in the dirty mug. 1936, George V. There's a 1938. 1915, you can find 1915s with a recessed ear. Much harder to find. 1897, look between the O and the N. Is there a dot, a raised dot like a full stop? No, there's not. So that's just a common one. You can also look for the tide level. A high tide, 1897, is quite rare, but that's a low tide. There's 1916 again. Is that a recessed ear? No. There's an Edward. 1902, and that's a high tide, I think. Yeah, the tide level, or the sea level, is where Britannia's legs cross. The low tide is obviously going to be down here somewhere. Another common one. 1921. There's another 1936. Oh, look at that, 1953. 1953. It's done a bit of circulating, that one. Quite hard to find. Now, a lot of people think they were only available in coin sets, in year sets for 1953. But I don't think so. I think the Royal Mint put some in circulation as well. Let's have a look at my Whitman folder. Okay, this is my Whitman folder. If we have a look at 1953, we see mintage figure 1,308,400. Now, I think that's a circulating figure on top of the coin year sets. A lot of people don't agree with me. They think the 53s have all been removed from coin sets. But is that a 53 as well? It should be in obverse. Yes, a 53 as well. And let me show you all my other 53s. These are all my 53s as well. There's a nice shiny one there. So that one probably did come from a set. Yeah, not done a lot of circulating, that one. And I've given a lot away in hunts as well. I just think there's too many turning up to be just out of coin sets. I did write to the Royal Mint a long time ago now. Freedom of information request, because the Royal Mint is a public company, just to ask them how many were put into circulation on top of the coin sets. Can't remember how I worded it now, but I haven't heard anything from them. It's always nice to find one. Okay, 1918, there's no mint mark on that one. 1936. 1929, is that dirty enough for the dirty mug? Oh yeah, go on. How could I miss? Get in there. Right. 1902, and again it's a high tide. There's a 1919. Have we got a mint mark on that one? No, nothing there. Is that dirty enough? 1937. There's a shiny one. What's this? Oh, 1964. I think that is definitely going to be an upgrade. That's nice. There's a night. Oh, is that a KN? Ah, oh, it's an H. H mint mark 1919. But looking down at the board, I don't think that's any better than the one on there already. Shame. And the last one is a damaged 1918, but there's no mint mark on that. Okay, the 1919H, no, the one down there is better, so I'll leave that. The 1964 is definitely an upgrade. We'll upgrade that one. And we have a 1953. Also, another bingo line. Now, I am going to give this lot away, including all these coins down here, all these pre-decimal, all these Commonwealth, Territory, foreign coins. If you want to know what's there, the links to the other 6 videos will be below. As I said, this is number 7. Now, when I get down to just 4 spaces missing, I will top them up with my own coins. We've got another one today, look, 1953. I'll top them up with my own coins and then we'll do the giveaway. So what I'll do is I'll pick a video at random, then I'll pick a comment from that video using the YouTube random comment picker, and the person that made that comment will get everything down here. So what's needed? 1864, 1869, 71, 78 and 83 on that side. And on this side we need a 1918 KN and a 1919 KN, a 1950 and a 1951. Right, let's carry on. Oh, come here. Right. A 1962, and that looks like a halfpenny. Next one. 1935, George V, halfpenny. Now we've got 1919. Nothing on that one. 1964. 62. 1966. 47. There's a 1900 Victoria. What's this? Oh, that's Napoleon the Third. Can't read the date down there. It's going to be late 1850s, 1860, something like that. But that's going in the dirty mug because I can't read it. All right, 1936. There's another shiny 66. Another 1900 of Victoria. Oh look, there's an 1874, the H mint mark. Right, which version is it? In 1874, Victoria was 55 years old, so they aged the portrait a little bit. So there's this one here, which I think is a young head because it's got a thin neck. The V, there's a bit of a gap between the Queen's bust there and the V. And you can just about see the brooch at the bottom there, the whole of the brooch. So I think this is the young head. Let me put them on the screen. Young head on the left and the aged head on the right. Very subtle differences, but you can see the differences. And this one is a 1874H, and I don't think I've got that one in my Whitman albums. These are my Whitman albums, as you've seen earlier. I'm supposed to be prioritising these, so if I find a coin it goes in here first. But once I put it on the board, it stays on the board, so I'm tending to neglect them. So let's have a look at that 1874. Okay, here we are. Now, 1874 there, and 1874H, so that would be the young head. And up here, you see it says aged head. An 1874 there and an 1874H. So I'm pretty sure that is a younger head, so that one is going to go in there. Okay, let's carry on. There's an 1895 paint on it. It's the small gap between the P and the trident, so it's a common one. It's in terrible condition. That is going in. Dirty mug. Right, there's Edward. I don't know what that gunk was on that coin. 1904, Edward VII. There's a 1919. You can clearly see there's no mint mark on that one. Oh, another halfpenny. George VI, 1937. So that's the first year George VI coinage, 1937. Well, that's a foreign one. What's this? Eastern British Caribbean Territories, Eastern Group, 1965, 2 cents. Not the best condition. Not too bad though. Haven't got one of those yet. That's another new one for the board. 1929, 1907, 64. That's this one, 65. 1946, is there a dash there after the E? Something there, but that's not in the right place. That's just a little bit of damage. 29, and this one is 1906. Okay, there's the two halfpennies, 1935, 1937, and this Eastern Caribbean one is a new one, so that'll have to go there. Let's get some more. Okay, we start with 1891, Queen Victoria, which we've got. What's this one here? 1928, 66. There's a 1903. And it's a normal closed 3. What's that above the 3? No, I gave it a rub and it came away. Just a bit of dirt. That might be better condition though. I know I've already upgraded the 1903. I think that might be slightly better. 1906. There's a 1946. Oh, what's that? No, it's a mark in roughly the right place, but I think that's just a bit of damage. Not quite in the right place. 1965. 1898, Queen Victoria. 63. There's a 1916. That's not a recessed ear. 1897. There's no dot. What's that? Hang on. Just make sure there's no dot between the O and the N. And it is a low tide. What's that? There's a hole. There's a hole there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me get a bit of white paper to put behind it. There we go. See that hole there now? What on earth is that? Fascinating. There's something going on next to it as well, but I don't think that's a hole all the way through. Oh, I've got a cocktail stick somewhere. There's one. No, that's not a hole. I thought it just might be gunk in the hole or something there. Alright, what could that be? Some kind of pin or pendant made out of it at some time? Don't know. Let me know what you think that is. I'm going to keep that one though. Sorry, keeping that one for myself. I like these little oddities like that. Right. 1928. 1916. That looks like a recessed ear to me. Yeah, it is. You can see the broken tooth up there, look. Clearly see that broken tooth. They are quite easy to find, really. I find loads. I find lots of them. All right, 1936. 62. So, that was 1870. Yeah, 1873 it is. But it's got some kind of tape stuck on it. Look at that. That's horrible. In it goes. That's a 1909. We're looking for a little dot after the N there at the top. Top of that N. Well, let me go and show you one of mine. Okay, this is one of my dot pennies, and you can see that dot there. Can I zoom in a bit more? Yeah, you clearly see it there. Obviously made by some kind of error in the die, or a bit of metal's leaked out. But they are coming very collectible. And these, last time I looked, something in this condition was selling for around £50. So worth looking out for the dot. But no dot on that one. 1945, check the double nines. And there is 1945 Jersey. And that's King George VI. What was the other one? We found a 1945. I think that was the Elizabeth one. That's lovely condition, that is. Right, let me go and look for that other one I found on the board down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And that had Elizabeth II on. So this one, same date, has got George VI on it. They were minted to commemorate the liberation of Jersey in 1945, in May 1945. They weren't actually minted in 1945. This George VI one was minted in 1949, 1950 and 1952. And the Elizabeth version was minted in 1954, presumably to commemorate 10 years, released in 1955. If anybody knows of any slight difference between these two reverses, please let me know, because I can't find any difference. But as you can see, the obverses are definitely different. 1/12 of a shilling from Jersey. And yeah, very nice condition, isn't it, that one? Right, so what we got here? 1912, got an H mint mark. Yeah, not as good as the one we've got. Some kind of mark there. It's been laying on something by the look of it. Another H mint mark. 1947 and 1927. Now, out of that batch, I got this one here with a little hole in it, which I'm going to keep. What else was it? There's a 1903, which, yes, definitely is an upgrade. Or is it that one? Yeah. That's another upgrade for that. And I noticed this 1909 is slightly better than that one. So we'll upgrade that one as well. And the 1945 George VI liberated Jersey penny, or 1/12 of a shilling, can go there. Okay, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please consider becoming a member of the I was going to say member of the family then. Please consider becoming a member of the channel. It's only 99p a month and it really helps me out. Okay, thanks a lot. See you in the next one. Mr. Spock, what do you think of this?
Fascinating.